Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brother T, Freemason, cigar enthusiast with VCR, and you guessed it, we got the tapes rolling on another cigar review video for you folks today, and I am excited. Today we're smoking the Neanderthal Ohm, which is in Lancero. It's a RomaCraft offering. What you folks may know is that I'm a huge Lancero fan. What you may not know is that the Neanderthal, specifically the SGP, is one of my favorite RomaCrafts. It runs neck and neck with the Baca, which isn't an apples to apples comparison, as it has a Cameroon wrapper, very limited release. If you have not had it, I suggest you pick one up when they do come out. They are fantastic. You will not regret it one bit. In terms of initial impressions, outside of the fact that I love the Vitola because it's a Lancero, so it's certainly in my wheelhouse, it has a peach fuzz type tooth to it, so it's very much fuzzy to the touch. It has visible veins, visible seams. It has a very firm pack. It has a mottled coloration to it, so I don't know if it's really picking that up, but it has a dark leather brown with some slight charcoal inclusions to it in terms of coloration for the wrapper. And it has what appears to be a triple cap. Okay. Pre-blend aroma, almost a barnyardy earth quality, and a very strong, almost like chewing tobacco quality. It almost makes your nose tingle like you're about to sneeze. Initial impressions. There's a breadiness quality, slight wood, a little bit of earth. The draw, it's a like milkshake through a straw, little resistance there, not much, come to be expected from a Lancero. There's a building black pepper quality, slight scratch at the back of the throat, not so much a heat, but you can really start to feel it kind of pulling on your salivary glands here, to the extent that you folks can resonate with that description there. It does make your mouth water, at least at the very beginning here. We'll see how that starts to net as we continue down the cigar. All right, everybody. Getting to about that 1 inch in mark. Don't judge it by the ash stack. It's been holding on in about half-inch increments, so if the previous experience is any type of foretelling here, this ash is about to drop at any point in time here. Last one landed in the lap. It kamikazed right there. That's all right. You're going to take that kind of beating when you're on the front line. Smoking cigars and recording videos comes with the territory. In terms of tasting notes, we have black pepper, leather, there's a minerally earth quality there, slight nut, Retrohale is a little zesty, but brings some elements of cocoa to bear as well. It's a fantastic cigar. It's well blended. There is a little bit of heat that builds at times with a slight back of throat scratch, a little bit more intense on initial light. Really not so much now, but it is noticeable, maybe 1 of 10 in terms of back of throat scratch. The heat very much is receding pretty quickly though, so we'll see how it holds out. More to come as we get to that half-inch mark, or excuse me, that halfway mark. All right, everybody. We're getting to about that halfway point. Time for a blend and flavor update. By way of blend, it uses a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. It uses a Connecticut broadleaf binder, and it uses fillers from both the Dominican, Nicaragua, and the United States. In terms of the United States contribution to this, they use a Green River Valley Sucker 1 Ligero, which, for those that may not know, it's generally regarded in the industry as the strongest Ligero. By way of nicotine concentration, it has anywhere from about 9 to 13%, and we're talking about other Ligeros, maybe even from Nicaragua. They're typically anywhere from perhaps 5 to 6, maybe to 8%. So it certainly exceeds the general concentration in terms of nicotine within the tobacco leaf, so it is generally, again, regarded as the strongest Ligero in the industry, and it is fantastic in terms of flavor notes. What we're getting right now, we have a pencil lead quality, that mineral. There's still an earth quality. There's a Maduro sweetness, bits of vanilla in there, and it's just very well blended. Can't speak highly enough. Thumbs up, Skim Barton. Fantastic job. More to come. All right, everybody. We're going for the trifecta. We're gonna do a band update, we're gonna walk through some tasting notes, and we're gonna end it with the cigar wrap up. So in terms of band, we're not going to undress this guy. We're going to leave it fully clothed for this iteration. But by way of band, it has a very low contrast color palette. The primary color seems to be what is like a burnt orange, and it has a matte quality to it and kind of has a texture of that of construction paper. There's embossed elements throughout, but it is very subtle because the typeface doesn't have a lot of contrast. That's one differentiation between their standard offerings and the Baca. Where I say the Baca edges it out, it's because it uses a high contrast, a white typeface, and it allows that wording or the branding to pop. So in regards to that, you know, in terms of band quality, it's fantastic quality, great paper stock, certainly passes muster, but I do prefer the Baca band just because of the 4 points that we mentioned. In terms of tasting notes, there's an earth, still a black pepper, slight cream quality, there's a nutty component, and there's still a little bit of that vanilla that hangs on towards the end there. Quite fantastic, especially given kind of the strength of the cigar and the sheer amount of, well, one, it's a Connecticut broadleaf binder, and then also the wrapper being San Andreas. You know, it's nice to get some of those more subtle notes out, that being the vanilla that we pointed out. In terms of cigar wrap-up, we're going to walk through the construction. It's been fantastic. No real issues to speak of. None at all. In terms of burn, it was razor sharp by and large. At times it did jog, but to that end it was self-correcting. In terms of draw, it is still a milkshake through a straw. It hasn't lightened up at all as we've drawn down on the cigar, but that's all right. It doesn't detract from the smoking experience at all. It is a creamy but moderately dense smoke with a slight coating to the mouth, but it doesn't dry the mouth out at all. If anything, it makes you salivate. In terms of strength and body, probably a medium to medium plus, both in terms of strength and body. Albeit they're using a Green River Valley Ligero, it's not as stiff as one would expect. It's very well blended, so nothing to worry about there in terms of strength. It's very much a fantastic offering, and it shouldn't be off-putting to those folks that maybe have a little bit of avoidance to a stiffness or strength quality. It certainly shouldn't rub you the wrong way in that regard. My name's Brother T, Freemason, cigar enthusiast with VCR, and as always, smoke 'em if you got 'em.